Hey, how you doing, guys? It's Ilabella here. I do coding stuff on YouTube. Check description for all my information. I do all LeetCode problems. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give me a big thumbs up to support it. And this is called Find and Replace Pattern. You have a list of words and a pattern, and you want to know which words in words match the pattern. A word matches the pattern if there exists a permutation of letters P, so that after replacing every letter X in the pattern with PX, we get the desired word. Recall that the permutation of letters is a bijection from letters to letters. Every letter maps to another letter. And no two letters map to the same letter. Return a list of the words in words that match the given pattern. You may return the answer in any order. Let's look at this example. We got these words right here, and pattern is equal to ABB. We output MEE and AQQ because MEE match the pattern because there is permutation A is mapped to M, B to E, CCC does not match the pattern because A is mapped to C, B is mapped to C is not a permutation since A and B map to the same letter. Well, the length of that words is greater than or equal to 1 and is less than or equal to 50. The length of that pattern is equal to the value at the position of I into that words dot length, the length of that value into that at that position of I into that words, and is greater than or equal to 1 and is less than or equal to 20. Well, here we can create an array which is P means that here we call helper method, we pass pattern, and we create the list of the type string, which is the result new array list of the type string, and we create a for loop. We are looping through these words, and at each iteration you check. In the case when equals the current array, which is we pass the current word and here P, and in the case when these two arrays are equal, right, then we one to another, then we add the current word to that result, otherwise we just ignore that and finally return this result, which is an array list. Yeah, here we should implement this logic with that helper method. We say helper, and here we say string pattern. Let's copy pattern, or just let's leave that. We can create a map, character as the key and integer as the value. So map data structure means that we can put the key into that map, and the key is mapped to the particular value. Also it could be mapped to null as well in the case when in the case when right here we create new hash map as well, character, integer, right here. Hold up 1 second. Here we are looping through this. We create a for loop. Int I is equal to no I is less than the length of that pattern, which is n I plus plus. In the case when there is no, if absent, there is no key into that map, we put the key, which is mapped to particular value, is mapped to the size of that map. We say pattern, this pattern right here, dot character add I, and map dot size. If there is, in the case when there is the key already into that map, then we just ignore that. Or in the case when there is the key into that map but it's mapped to null, we associate this value to that key. That how that method works. Right here, n means the length of that pattern dot length. Yeah, here we create an array, which is an array of the type integer, new integer, and the length of that array is equal to n. And also we update the value at the current position to we call the method get in order to get the size of that map, the value at the position of I. Character add I, we pass the key, and finally return this array. That's it. Let's run this code. Accept it. Let's submit. There we go, success. So let's look at this example. We got these ports right here, right? We got, pattern which is ABB as well, and we want to find and we want to find the words that are mapped to this, that match to that pattern, words that match to this pattern ABB. And here we call this method helper. We pass pattern, which is ABB. We are here, map is empty, then n is equal to 3, right? N is equal to 3. Array, we got an array which is indices that 0 based, so 0, 1, 0, 1, and 2. We start looping through. We create this loop, and we enter this loop, and we call this method in the case when there is no key yet into that map. We add that key. We add to that map. A, right? A, right here, A, we got at the position of 0. We add A and 0 because the size of that map is equal to 0. Then we update the value at I. We say that that's equal to 0 here. Then I is equal to 1 because we just incremented that. And we are here, B, and got no B yet, so we say we got B and 1. Then at I we got 1. Then we are here, we already got B into that map. We do nothing, we just ignore this, and we go here, and at I we get the value which is 1, and we say that the value at the position of 2 into that array is equal to 1. Then P is equal to, to this array. Then we start looping through these words, and we do the same. We just pass the current word, and again we compute this result. For example, let's look at MEE. We got the same MEE initially empty, right? Empty. Then the map is empty. Then n is equal to 3. Then array is empty. Then we put m right to that map. We say m and 0. Then update at I into that array to 0. Then put e. We got e 1. Then update at 1 to 1. Then we do nothing because we already got e right here, and we get the value which is 1, and we update the value at the position 2 to 1. And these arrays are equal one to another, and we add this word which is MEE to that result. For example, ABC, we put the map initially is empty, so we put A right here, A and 0. Then update the value at 0 to 0. Then B, we got B and 1, right? At 1 we got 1. Then increment I by 1, we got C. We ain't got no C yet, so C 2. Then because the size of that map is equal to 2 right here, right? 2 means the first entry and the second one and the third one. Then array at I is equal to 2. You remember, right, that we had 0 1 1 0 1 1, which is ABB, is not equal to 0 1 2, so we do nothing, we just ignore that, and finally we return the result. That's it, that's the whole problem. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments below. I want to know what you think. Follow me on social medias, on Instagram, add me on Snapchat, and I'll see you next time. Bye.